In the late 80s and 90s, journalists began to revisit the story, especially Dominic Dune, who covered it for Vanity Fair. He called it the murder that money buried. By then, the Kennedy mystique was already fading. After Chappaquiddick, which is a whole other rabbit hole I can go down, and the idea that another branch of the family might be involved in a murder was irresistible to the media. The Skakel boys had grown up wild. Both had struggled with drinking, anger, and of course, privilege. Michael was sent to Elon School, a brutal reform school in Maine. Years later, former classmates had said that he had confessed. He had bragged, quote, "I drove her skull in with a golf club," unquote. It was one of several statements that brought the case roaring back into the headlines. In 2000, Michael Skakel was finally arrested, almost 25 years after Martha's death. At his 2002 trial, prosecutors argued that jealousy drove him. Martha had been closer to his older brother, Tommy. The weapon was from their house, and the alibi had changed multiple times. He was convicted of murder and sentenced to 20 years to life. The Moxley family at this time felt a bittersweet relief. Finally, they had justice. But by then, the Kennedy family had stepped in. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. publicly defended his cousin, calling him innocent. He wrote op eds, he went on national TV, and he eventually published this book called Framed: Why Michael Skakel Spent Over a Decade in Prison for a Murder That He Didn't Commit. He argued that police ignored other suspects and that Michael was convicted because of his last name, not despite it. With one of America's most famous families finally behind him, everything changed again. In the next part, we're going to quickly go over the conviction, the reversal, and why the Kennedy name still overshadows this case.